And now, your host, Couch Tomato!
So another person that looks great is the villain in this trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that we've learned about Marvel, villains tend to look great in their trailer. And it's something totally different when we watch it on screen. So let's talk about this this villain, this guy named Thanos. And one thing I'll mention, Hope, Iron Man 3, The Winter Soldier, and Age of Ultron. Do you know why I bring up those names?
Not sure. Enlighten me.
Oh, say what you want to say about those movies, Hope. Whether you like them or not, I think we could all agree that when the trailers came out, when the trailers were released, the way that the villains were displayed in those trailers, it was some fine promoting. In the same way I felt when I saw those trailers, my anticipation for Thanos has eclipsed my initial reaction to the villains in the Iron Man 3 trailer, the Winter Soldier trailer, and Age of Ultron trailer. I think it's safe to assume that what people are anticipating with Thanos, I think the MCU is actually going to deliver. Some of that is probably wishful thinking, but I think they're going to get it right this time around.
Yeah, I hope so too. Because one thing, I like the way he actually came across. Like before, it was like when I first seen Thanos, I was like, like I don't really like the CGI and all that stuff. But the way like they put him up, like did Josh Brolin, his makeup and all that stuff, he looks solid. Like it's okay. Like it looks, you know what I'm saying? This is not like a Steppenwolf. No, I'm not mean to throw.
I knew you were going to bring up that comparison.
Put a disclaimer.
Yeah, man. I knew you were going to bring that, but you're absolutely right. Like I feel like I could. Wow. Guy looks real. He looks great, and we've seen him sitting down a lot too, because some of that could be that. Mm-hmm. But so this is the first time in a long time we've seen him stand up for more than 3 seconds in the MCU. And you forget, since he's been sitting down all this time, you almost forget how massive this guy is.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he slams Spider-Man into the concrete, and his hand is the size of Parker's torso.
Yeah.
And there's also another scene where he punches Iron Man's hopes and dreams, and his fist is the size of Iron Man's self-esteem. So he's extremely huge. So I have a hard time believing they'll drop the ball when it comes to Thanos. I think, and like I said before, I hope he lives up to the hype that they've been building up since the after credit scene from 2012. So one thing that he mentions in the trailer, he says, fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. So a major part of his arc in the comics is, he's on a quest to appease death. And, like when it comes to the imbalance of life and death in the universe, he figures he'll do her a solid and, kill half of the population. So the fact that the goddess of death, let me block that part out if you haven't seen the movie yet, but there's a scene in Thor Ragnarok where it has something to do with the goddess of death. And I really think that those events have led to an imbalance in the universe where there's probably way more people alive than there needs to be. So I would imagine that, he thinks he's doing the world a favor by correcting its population.
Yeah. And another thing that I like is like with Thanos, he doesn't seem like he's going to be powered up either. Like be at full strength.
This is a 2-part movie, so I think they're going to save some stuff for, Infinity Wars Part 2. I definitely agree with that.
You like tomato?
And you like tomato?
Potato?
Potato?
Tomato?
Tomato?
Let's go!